This video shows a feature where you can include or exclude certain rows or materials that you've decided to be part of your estimate. So right now I have all of these estimates for materials in here. I'm going to scroll this over to the left, and you'll see I have some materials, some of materials committed. You'll see this one item that has been grayed out. So someone has selected to, I thought at one time I wanted to include that as a material, and now I do not want to include that. So if you scroll to the right, I'm using the scroll bar down to the lower right, and the value of N is selected. N means to exclude that from all the calculations. In other words, as if it wasn't even there. So let's say this material not requested yet, the special tube. You thought that's part of subassembly 1 at one time, and you actually have the quote. At one time you thought you needed it. Now you decide, well, I don't think we need it. You can exclude that by going to the include report column and say, no, do not include that, and you'll see it gets grayed out. Once it's grayed out, it is also excluded from the reports and excluded from the totals across the top, and also excluded from the total over here. At any time you say, well, we decide yes, we do need that, simply switch it back to yes. So let's say later on you decide, no, we don't need that, and you have your total calculations, you see all what your estimates are, and you say, you know what, if we did include those two items, and there may be several others, so let's say there's the windows. Let's say you decided at one point, no, we don't want that, and at another time you say, no, we don't need this labor either, and you decide to exclude that. Well, at some point in time you may say, well, what would it cost if we did include all those things that we said we don't wanted? Well, at that time you go to this filtered subtotal by include, this value right here. If you hover over, you can see the comment, and you can say, what will it cost me if I want to include all those things I said no? You select no, it shows all the totals for those no's, and if you scroll to the left, it now shows those totals to be 9.5K. That 9.5K is also shown over here in the reports. If you want to change that back, simply click on the no, select yes, and you're back to the original calculations.